Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where we are still doing the same thing, of course. We have not done anything else outside of the same thing for the past several episodes. But that's fine, because this is my motivation. And even if it doesn't get a crap ton of views, I'm still making progress, and you're still able to see it. And I forgot that it needs to be 79, not 78. That's fine. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, now I have some things that we could talk about right here. We had just gotten somebody who's a rather toxic shipper. But, you know, that's fine. If you don't like for a particular ship, I don't really care because, you know what, people's got opinions. So, what happened, you may ask? Well, what happened was that they spammed several hate comments. Not one. One is fine. I've had at least like a good handful of people saying like, you know, what the hell is this? For this one guy that I drew a while ago, which admittedly, this was like a long time ago, like 2020, or not 2019 or so, was it? Somewhere before 2020, or at least around 2020, I have no clue. Where my skills, as it is right now, is nowhere as good as it is now. But, yeah, that was basically that, but it was hilarious. And then there was this one person who is, you know, was understandable. There was a very specific type of drawing, which was like, you know, not something that I do as much. Although, hey, stop it. Don't roar at me. Although now we have something like Lustful Horrors, and it's basically just outdone that by a hell of a lot more. So imagine if they were even still on the site, which they're not. They kind of just abandoned it, which I guess makes sense. But if they were still on the site, they would see that and be like, oh, hey, get out of there. Why are you trying to do everything while I'm trying to record? Stop going in the trash. This freaking cat over here took 2 bags out of the trash when I got home. Why? You have a ball that you could play with. You don't have it out now, but that doesn't mean you can't just relax. Don't give me that look. Get over here. Freaking cat. I don't even know if she's trying to go back in heat or not. I feel like we need to check that out if she does. Because that's definitely not right. I don't want to have to worry about that, but nope. These are things that we gotta make sure that is not gonna happen, and if it does happen, we gotta see what's wrong, right, cat? You're just gonna look at me? I have no clue. Anyways, losing track of the subject here, you got somebody who was just spamming hate comments, and ironically calling me the F word, despite the fact that it's 2 girls. Now, I would understand if there was 2 guys, like, you know, this one drawing idea that I have when that episode, maybe not when that episode comes out, of Heavenly Deadland, where we introduce the Twink character, basically the Jozu version of Heavenly Deadland, because, you know, that series is inspired off of Tokyo Ghoul. I could draw those 2. But, nah, for this one, that ain't it, Chief. You can tell that they're either a man-child or a literal child, in which, in that case, why are you even here? Uh-oh. Did I just delete something? I think I just deleted something. What are you meowing at? Oh, God, I didn't want to select all. Wait, let me see something. Holy shit, I didn't know you could select all. Oh, shoot. Well, that's going to be a problem. Well, there's an easy fix for this, and it's a good way for me to test it out. So we... no, don't do that. We have... Well, at the moment, this isn't even finished. What about the high cliffs? So that's 3.5. We have... Wrong one. We have... 18,000. What? We weren't even finished yet. 18,000. Okay, interesting. Go back to the grasslands. We are breaking everything. It's fine. We're fine. I think. Stop mowing. Don't morph at me. Now let me look at my map here real quick. I need to make sure this is also still recording. Good, great. So where is this at right here? I see. Not a problem. So anyways, yeah, I just had to block that person that I was talking about. I don't care if you're going to leave a hate comment, but if you're going to just spam and just not provide anything at all that's useful, well then, son, you ain't welcome. And that's just that. It's really all I can say. It's funny, too, because they just went out of their way to try to find every iteration that I posted on... There was 8 comments on DeviantArt, 8 on Instagram. Stop it! Where'd you get out of it? And 3 on Twitter, but I can't see it on Twitter because I think Twitter was like, nah, blocked. And then it's just, you know, it's gone. There was nothing there. It just shows 4 comments that I can't see. And it's kind of hilarious. Where not even Twitter is like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Nah, sorry, ban. Hell, for all I know, that person probably got freaking temporarily banned until they delete the comment. And if they're as persistent as they are with trying to find every iteration there, they're probably going to remain banned for who knows how long. But yeah... Hater. I mean, okay, like, what is it do we, say here? What the hell was the thing I was going to say? Something about... Get out of the trash! Don't meow at me! It's literal trash you're trying to play with. I'm gonna take that fucking trash can and put it outside. Or not outside, but you get the point. Then you won't be able to play with any trash. How's that? Don't meow at me. Don't roar at me either. Man. Alright, and how about this? There goes your ball. You want to play with something? Play with the ball. Jesus Christ, this cat just does not want to freaking stop being a pain. What's wrong, cat? Why are you like this? Anywho's and what, something about spam. I already forgot what I was supposed to say. No spammers, only haters. Yeah, that's right. You can hate, but you can't spam. If I detect you spamming, block. It's as simple as that. You can hate all you want, but you're only allowed at least 1 comment. And if you spam several on several deviations, then you getting blocked too. Sorry to say this, but I ain't dealing with your childish temper tantrums. No, that's just me, alright? I don't really feel like having to deal with a man child, woman child, whoever the fuck this person is. You just gonna get blocked. And it's only just for the case of, well, you're not really, with the way that person was responding with emojis, disgusted at 2 women. They're holding hands, too. I could probably bring the drawing up. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard, right? I don't think anything too taxing is going to be shown here. Well, actually, there is one mature drawing. I probably should, for the sake of, YouTube not being angry at me, I'm going to just go ahead and not have all that showing. Alright, there you are. This is the drawing in question that I did. It's basically a... I don't remember if I did an episode... No, I did, because I was talking about mimosa, drinking a mimosa. I remember now. But it's basically just Noelle and Secker, or however the hell you pronounce her name. Nero is what I usually call her. And And they're both, well, she is slightly less, different from her usual look, but they got the studded and spikes and whatnot. So yeah, that's the drawing. Which I do find hilarious that somebody just literally had a meltdown after seeing that. And what's funny is their name was Astel, which is supposed to be the ship name for Asta and Noel. Which, yeah, I get it. That's like the main OTP ship and whatnot. But do you really think that Asta would appreciate you doing what you did? Which was basically just call somebody a derogative term. He would be angry. Alright, where's my thingy? There's my thingy. Yeah, I realize you probably see some of the mature drawings in the little folder previews, but that's fine. As long as it's not in full front. It's like very small icons. I don't really care. Because obviously I'm pretty open with that stuff, so to me it is what it is. I mean, if you've seen what I've made, and you've seen the fact that I talk about some of that stuff. So realistically speaking, nothing really changes. Oh, well I forgot about that, but you know what, that's fine. Now, so delete the land and water. So yeah, we kind of just made somebody angry, a homophobe angry, but that's fine by me. Because who cares about homophobic people? Well, other homophobes, obviously, but no. I don't. Why should I, too? I mean, ever since I've, kind of self-discovered that I'm somewhat bi, but I don't even know how much it counts because it has to be femboys, which is basically just guys who look like women. You know, Astolfo, Ropika, Jozu. Technically Envy, despite the fact that he is a shapeshifter, but he's referred to he multiple times, so he goes by that. But yeah, no, it literally is just a waste of my time trying to even bother giving that person an iota of my time in the day. Besides, that's pretty much what they want anyways, so I'm not going to really bother. But I will say it right here, right now. Also, I almost did I pressed the non-existent this thing. I almost pressed mountains, thinking I was gonna switch the thing, but no. But yeah, like good thing to just block it and remove the comments so that we don't get like people arguing with this guy in the comments. You don't really need to argue with somebody like that. You really don't. So I pretty much just saved everybody the hassle, including myself. They're probably angry. They're probably extremely angry. I'm half expecting to see a childish manipulation of my drawing at some point. Because, it's two women holding hands. I can't handle this. My fragile masculinity / femininity, because there are also women out there who are like that. We can't forget about them. As Duke Nukem says, I'm an equal opportunity ass pounder. I forgot how the actual meme quote went, but I think it was like, Tomboys. Wait, hold on, let me get the Duke voice back. It's time to kick gum and chew ass. Tomboys, tom girls, I'm an equal opportunity ass pounder. I'm not nowhere near close to the Duke guy I'm trying to do. Well, you get my point. My point still stands. Anyways, we're building a map. That's right, folks. We're building onto the map. I'm also working on this hardcore mature drawing that's taking ages. There's 9 women in it, and one that I've made that I am surprisingly taking a liking to. Basically, you don't see her that much. The only thing you see is her 2 feet, big breasts, and head. Because she's like off camera. Like, here's off camera. You got the 3 main fan art based characters I have here, and another 3 girls in the back. But it's like this valley girl, chubby valley girl, who has bright orange braided hair. And just has a decent amount of freckles, I'd say, and some birthmarks. I guess he's kind of like the test character that I have in mind for a specific buff ginger camp counselor lady that the goth group is going to get their spooky hands on. Not really, you get what I mean, regardless. It's consensual, don't you worry. Because the camp counselor lady is quite curious, and then here she goes, not stumbling into their tent, meandering into their tent, and expresses curiosity, and the fun begins. But Moon's just in the far back right, writing her book, looking annoyed. Because if you know Moon, if you've seen most of her journey, she's dealt with so much of that she's kind of gotten, tired of it. She likes watching it, but she doesn't like taking part in it. Either it be the Lee or the lure. But sometimes she will. The Lee, mostly. Not the Lee, the lure, I mean. The Lee is usually... Well, no, she usually kind of takes that position when she thinks, I can get back at these 2 someday for this, because she does hold a grudge. 4'7" goth girl holds a grudge. You really want that kind of weight on your shoulder? Is that what you want, son? You want that weight on your shoulder? It's funny to think, really. Some of the girls do tease her, though. But she's a relatively good sport. Moon's the kind of character you wouldn't think would have that many friends. She is friends with so many women. Oh, there goes the toy. I didn't even realize it was there, and now it's spinning. The cat's laying on the blanket kind of like this, and the blanket's like that. Isn't that right, Cadillac? I'm going to take a picture of you. Don't move. This stupid freaking phone camera with a bunch of random-ass nonsense. I just wanted to zoom in, not do whatever the hell you were doing. Alright, right. I need to build this around this, don't I? Yeah, so that kind of just goes in that direction. So I think for the most part, yeah, because this goes in that direction. That means this is probably going to curve a little. Wait a minute. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Wasn't too sure. But anyways, yeah, a character like Moon making so many friends, despite the fact that she's emotionless, you would think unrealistic. But I guess just her general interests towards a certain kink somehow managed to get her a bunch of friends. I wish stuff like that would happen in real life. There's only so much you can do by yourself with that department. I can go on ahead and, do the thing. Try not to say too much for those who don't want to hear about it. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I can do a little bit of the thing, but it's way more fun being tied up and then having someone else do it. Which is very difficult to do by yourself. I mean, I guess I could technically, but then my hand would have to still be free, and then it kind of defeats the purpose. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really do much. Unfortunately, but that is the truth. Now, unless there was some kind of auto machine that kind of does it, but even then, at that point, you're really getting to the point of, well, why not you just build your own sex machine? God dang it. We went almost full on Hank Hill there. I mean, at that point, at the rate that, society is going, that seems to be the next best thing that a lot of men and women will probably be doing in the next generation. Which is kind of sad, but I've already kind of accepted the fact that this is what it's going to be. And so I'm just doing my own thing instead of being like all the others who are just constantly scorning women or men, depending on whichever one you're talking to, for not taking an interest in them. I've got my own thing, and that's fine. We all got our own things in life. I don't have a vertical. That's the one thing I don't have, is the vertical. An odd vertical, I should say. I mean, that's why I got all my projects. Although I will say, not having any of those interactions and building up all of this experience in creating kinks does kind of at least give me some kind of advantage to where you don't need sex, you just need some kind of kink. So you could, technically, if I go out of my way to pursue that, I don't have to. Okay, I need an. I can't delete. Why can't I delete this? Okay, the delete key worked now. Did something happen here? No, we're still doing good. I need an odd. Anyways, yeah, you don't need to have that. You could just do, like, tie them up, do a little bit of the T, and then boom. For the most part, at least. I feel like you're going way further than you're supposed to be going up. We are going kind of slowly. Wait, where did we start? We started here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's not that bad. It's just a little bit slow. This one feels like it's just going to be a straight, flat landscape. Feels like it. Let me look at the map real quick. I mean, for the most part, yeah, that is kind of flat. I think it's going to be just rocks and maybe some kind of... no clue. I could just have, like, a nice... biff... plateau... hill... whatever the hell this is. Whatever this is, I have no clue. It is something. But the real question is what? Let me see here. So this is going here to here, and it's probably going up a little bit. That would mean there's a gate around here. I have no clue where that gate is. Okay, if you're here and going into there, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because this is where this is. Goes into here, gate. And if that's the case, that means there's a level here. I mean, I guess technically I probably should at least put some of these levels around, right? And if anything, it ensures that this goes where it needs to go, and then we can figure out where everything goes from there. Alright, now what were you again? You indeed were a T-junction. It's just you are not in that direction. The question is, how high were you? You might be 17. Because if that's where the gate is, then that means this probably goes down a little bit. Okay, now here's a good question. Yeah, because see, this one is, well, hold on. 25, 26, 27. And I believe did the path matter? I think the path mattered. I'm pretty sure the path mattered. Yeah, because that's path 2. Technically, this one should be path 3 then. And also, this should be like, okay, so say this is 4. 5. 6. So that means this would be 7, 8, 9. If that's how we plan on doing the order of that goes in. And that's path 4. So that means this would then go back to path 1 once it gets back over to there. Right. And this is path 4 as in the first branch off, giving you 14 to 15. 1, continuation of 1, 2, 3, 4, might be 5, might be 6. Wait, no, hold on. What was your number again? You're 9. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, continuation of 1, 4, probably 5. Well, you might be 5, you might be 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's probably 10, right? Yeah. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29th level on that bit there. So if that's the case, then let me just hide all these sons of bitches here real quick. If that is the case, which one is first? That's on the second, that's on the third. So that means this would be 5. That would be 6. This would be 7. Doesn't matter what direction. One of you is going to be 7, one of you is going to be 8. So that means this one's going to be 5. Do I want to take... Because this has got to be a T-junction. So if that's a T-junction, then you too are a T-junction. So I will just take you, duplicate you, put you here, and rename you to BL5- Wait a minute. That would be 2-1, right? Wait, you're not spacebarred? Well, if you ain't spacebar, then I'm doing that. Luigi's. Don't know why my brain does Luigi's sometimes. It just does. It just sort of happens. Okay, so if you were here, what number were you again? You were 15, so that means you're 16. I don't think there was anything else here. I can't remember what the path was used for. It's been a while since I've looked at the coding for that. Wait, no, I need to grab you. I need you to be, I don't know, 7. At least leveled with this. Is that leveled? I mean, there's a good way to test it. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Great, that's good. So now we have a general idea on the area around here, which is a good thing to do. And I guess I'm not going to do this then. All that just to say I ain't doing that. It's fine, though. I will just grab 83 again, and I'll put on 5 and push it over. Oof. I'm just going to put you all over here. And I'm going to have this here again, because why not? Oh yeah, that's a good question. I guess it does make sense for us to have... No. Keep this. For us to have kind of a nice thick path here. A thick path. Yeah. I've tried to stay close on this poison, but I'm dummy thick and it clap my ass cheeks. Kids are learning to man. Ah, Christ and Hyman, really, brain? Well, we have that now in the repertoire of out-of-pocket moments. It's true. It's true, Hank. He's so out of pocket, I can't believe it. Dale, you're a fucking giblet head. Pardon my French. Hank. Christ. I'm tired as all hell, too. I know I say that a lot, but it's the truth. It is indeed the truth. You cannot comprehend just how tired I am, how tired I'd be. Life is tiresome. But at the end of the day, you find a way. Continue with what you have to say. And then, I don't know, do something else. Don't ask me. It's y'all's pizza. Don't ask me. Alright. Let's say that's a good... Well, okay, hold on. 7 down. How thick are you? Thick enough to reach that? Okay. 7 down. Thick. Dummy thick. Awesome. Extra thick. Christ, I don't freaking know. I was so tired, but I want to get progress on in this, and sometimes just the random is funny to some people. Just looks like I'm having a spaz attack, but you know, some people might find that funny. Who knows, really? All I know is I'm still doing my own thing, so you know what? I'm good. I'm golden. Yeah, sure, I probably should take a break. February is pretty busy, you know, but I don't want to take breaks with this. I want to, even if I have to be tired for several episodes, I want to try to get some progress. I'm hoping once April comes, I'll be able to actually fully start working on most of this off camera. Not this yet. I feel like my first objective has to be to continue working on the music. I want to try to polish up the end bit of the main menu music. Don't worry, the main menu is kind of finalized. I would say the only other thing I would probably have to do is try to figure out a way to make it go by a little quicker, or at least maybe have it to where in the beginning it gets through the first section quickly until it does the chorus once you get to the, what do you call it? Which is not difficult. I think I just have to figure out a way to start the music in the middle, but I don't know if that's going to sound good. Like, in practice, it's possible. Is it going to sound good? Who knows? I don't want to increase the sound. I don't want to increase the tempo, even though I'm sure that probably would help a tiny bit. But again, it's only a tiny bit. So who can say, really? Who can say? I guess it doesn't matter right now. Oh, wait, no. Easier. Do 0. And then that way I can just try to figure out where the hell the rest of this goes from here. We'll make it from this angle. We barely make stuff from this angle. Because this angle we always see the blankness. But from this angle we get to see at least something. You know, seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff is definitely interesting, because you're like, huh, so that's how they did that. Man, the world around this place is empty. Oi, empty! And of course, you know, it makes sense, because if it wasn't like that, then everything rendered in, nothing would work. Okay, I guess that's probably... No, you could... nothing matters. It depends on the direction I'm looking at it from. Like from here, for instance. Anyways, my point being, you see these worlds being built, and you can only see a good small portion of it. Now, if there was a way you'd be able to see the entirety of the world, that would be awesome. Wait, no, wrong direction. It would be awesome if you can see the whole world being built or being there, like not just renders in the background, just the actual world, the entire worldo, and whatnot. That would be cool. But in order to be able to do that, you would need a supercomputer. And of course, that would be expensive as all hell. Although I imagine at some point the day will come where supercomputers that were once something that only the rich could afford would become something that everybody will have. I mean, technically, it's part of it already is. But until you get to the point where you can, own a 100 terabyte hard drive with limitations far passing what you could have done before. Okay, I'm not getting any other piece here. But until that day comes, it basically just, the games will have to be made like this. And even then, I still feel like games would still get complex. Well, it depends on who's making the games and how complex they want to make it. Like, Paint Maze in of itself isn't complex. It's a rather simple concept. The map making probably would have been done several months over if I actually had the time and if I only did game development. That's the one regret that I really have here in that department, that I can't really fully do game development. However, I have leaned from game development over into creation. That is essentially what I do. Now, mostly, is creations. Okay, no, that's something else. I think regardless, this is going to be that. And yeah, sure, I would like to be able to develop this game some more instead of going at it bit by bit, piece by piece, and slowly making progress. But I also like to work on the other projects I've got, which, frankly, I have way too freaking many. I am going to be finishing up Angels and Devils soon. It's going to be a pretty climactic finish. It'll be somewhat anticlimactic to those who wanted to see a certain someone get hurt. However, their pain and suffering doesn't end there. For what they did and what they were about to do. Oh, I can't wait to write that. It's going to be so freaking awesome. And then, well, there's them. Also, what time is it? It is 4:12, which means I've got about a little over 20 minutes. But, yeah, I can't wait. That'll be one less series to worry about. Tickle Manor will be on hiatus, 6 episodes in. And it's going to be a cliffhanger. You don't know, you think there's no way he can make a cliffhanger here. Well, I can, and I'm hanging from the cliff. I need some help here. I knew I should have lost some weight. Coach. I should play Left 4 Dead on this channel at some point. I just wonder if I should do modded Left 4 Dead or if I should just do vanilla and then do modded. No clue, but it would be hilarious. Alright, let me see. So you're going upwards. I mean, I think for the most part, this is just a straight path. It's not really a straight... Where are we at right now? Here? Yeah. I guess for the most part, this is probably going to stay relatively consistent. I think the jungle side should probably stay like around this level. And then slowly but surely maybe go down a bit as time goes on. Oh boy, it is going to be a nightmare once we get to the parts that are more interconnecting. Once we get to the sections like, this here, which has varying elements of heights, that's going to be a nightmare. Trying to figure out how much this is going to work. Get the hell out of my face. I think you guys could see that. I hope you guys could see that. But yeah, it is not going to be pleasant. I'm going to just say that right now. It is not going to be pleasant trying to figure out the heights. Because at that point, you kind of already got everything set. So now you just got to hope that that is what it's going to be, or if that's going to be good. Wait, okay, I thought I did something there. All in all, with the entirety of how big this map is, and how long it takes for me to get to most of this stuff, there's a good chance I'm going to probably forget. No, you fool. 0. 25. This way. I was right the last time. Yeah, it is going to be a challenge. But the height shouldn't be too bad, one would hope. And most of it seems pretty standalone. It's just the ones that are more so in the middle, or the ones that have like underground connections that lead to certain places. Those are the ones that we really have to be worried about. Primarily because we have to make sure that it matches. And I guess, technically speaking, because over here, we got the Ember Foundry, as well as over here, this path leading into the Ember Foundry. And I can show you the underground layout. So pay attention to this real quick, pay attention, real close attention. Oops, that's the wrong one. I only needed these here. This is where this is at. And then it goes out here and probably goes down on a slope until it reaches where it needs to reach for the most part. Whoops, don't get rid of that. I don't even know what that does. So that means this kind of has to stay somewhat level to that, but I guess there is the exception of, well, what if this is higher, but the thing can go lower as you go into the facility, reaching to this thing's level, essentially. This is why I'm trying to keep it somewhat strict on the heights. So you see how we saved that prefab? This will help us. That part. Saving the prefabs will help us in more ways than one. And the idea with that is it ensures that the things will always stay the same, which is what we want. Keeping it staying the same as it ever was is important. Okay, I think 21 will work here. It is important because of one reason and one reason only. The fact that once we build a zone, that's kind of it. It's finished. It's permanent. I mean, sure, we can make some adjustments, but for the most part, it's done. There's nothing more that we need to do. And I'd say that's pretty good. But it also could be detrimental in several departments. And it was one of those double evens and one odds. I don't know what makes... I guess it really just has... If it's 5, maybe that's the problem. 5 is the problem, it seems. I just remembered the song. That's great. I was trying so hard to remember how to fuck... Because if you haven't recently looked at Sonic Adventures 2, which some people have looked at, and YouTube was like, nah, man, take views away. I still don't get why it does that. We were playing Sonic Adventures 2, and we had a mod in that was basically just Lava Shelter from Shadow the Hedgehog. So we played Shadow the Hedgehog for like one stage, and then another custom stage, albeit it wasn't really the best one. And I was trying to remember the song that my head was playing. Because it was playing it pretty much a large majority in the beginning of the morning, but then, oops, I forgot. And I was trying to remember it. I also, apparently found another mod that we will do for next week's Sonic Adventures 2. In the same vein as Lava Shelter. I think the level was called Lethal Highway. So look forward to that as we play another level of Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic Adventures 2. And also, apparently, I was supposed to download a modern grinding mod, which makes sense because there was a lot of instances where I was going on a turn and the mechanic of turning is just not the best in that game. Like, I'm pushing my analog to the left as I'm veering to the right, but it won't go, and then, whoops, I fall off and endlessly get hit by lava that's not a pitfall. Because apparently they didn't want a pitfall, they wanted it to be like, Mario 64. Christ, I can't do the voice right now. Ever since having been in sickness, I haven't been able to do my high-pitched voice, which kinda sucks. But it's fine. It will pass and I will be able to go back to the wahoos and all that stuff. Yep. I mean, I really wish they would port that game over to Steam. Or I wish somebody would port the game over to Steam. Somebody else does all the work, they go up to Sega, then like, I just ported the entirety of Shadow the Hedgehog on Steam. You are welcome. And then, Sega's like, you know what? Alright. Okay, wait, 47. You mean you got 13 minutes left? I got time to do one more. I can finish up a strip. Or another. Or not another. But man, it would be awesome. That and Sonic Heroes. They already got 1, and of course we have been playing 2, so that's a no-brainer. Now all they need is Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog. Then we will have everything. Well, not everything. But the ones that I think matter, because those are the ones that I have played before in the past. And, well, Sonic Heroes I was able to beat full on, but I never really was able to fully beat Shadow the Hedgehog, because originally I didn't know how to get to the true final boss, and basically I was just filling up the goddamn story I was basically filling up the goddamn story achievement thingy, which, there was like hundreds of them, and I was just slowly but surely playing through the same stages several times over. At some point I thought I needed to get like an S rank in like all of the last stages or something. But, that wasn't really easy for young me to achieve. Current me probably would have no problem doing that now after having just gotten all the A ranks in Sonic Adventures 2. Although it would be a pain in the ass, because I do remember some instances that were a pain. A lot of gunplay, but sometimes the gunplay was a little bit annoying with certain things and certain missions. But yeah, I would like to play that game again. At some point I might get into ROMs in the future. Not after Sonic Adventures 2. After Sonic Adventures 2, I'm thinking of starting up a Warframe series. But maybe if I could find some time, I could probably try to squeeze that in to replace, say, maybe PlateUp for a spell. PlateUp's doing pretty good so far in terms of progressing to get to Overtime 100. We're now at a point where basically we got all of the cards we could accept in terms of food cards, which you will find in the next episode. Spoilers, but if you're watching this, you're probably not watching that, so tit for tat, you know. Regardless, we're at that point now. So now the only objective we really have is to just get lucky with the cards and just keep up with the customers. That will not be easy, but I will try my best. I will keep going for as long as I have been going. There's no sense in me slowing down. Unless there's an event, but I don't know if there's going to be an event. The only other event that they would have to be the Valentine's event. That would be the only event. Which, yeah, sure. I guess we could probably do at least one of those. I mean, I could probably check it up. We have it here, right? No, it's still that. And you can see some stuff that I have maybe planned in the future. I have no clue what the hell I'm going to do with this series. I have to somehow optimize it to where I can play it and record it at the same time. Don't ask me how the hell I'm going to do that. This computer needs to get its GPU either fixed or upgraded. Gotta, like, mess with resolutions and graphics. Maybe I won't even have to mess with graphics that much if the resolution being smaller would help. But, you know, who's to say what's going to happen? We're going to have to figure that out when the time comes. It seems as though the series will probably occur similar to how Tales of Berseria started, which is late July. Maybe around that point. Although I'd say the only difference with that and Tales of Berseria is the fact that we're creating stuff, so... Ideally, the main goal is to basically just create a mega yacht. I meant to press 9 for that one. A mega yacht with all the necessities and amenities. Whatever that word goes, can't remember. Don't remember what that's pronounced as. Don't really care. Go on, continue to make shish. Cadillac. Sleeping cat. Glad that you're finally asleep. But, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Although, I guess technically we could have ROM games after, like, Minecraft and Terraria. I meant to copy. That's fine. That would make sense, wouldn't it? If I could somehow figure out how to do that. And don't get pissy about it. These are old games I can't buy anymore. And if I were to buy it, it would just be buying it off of people selling it for a high price on eBay. And I wouldn't even be able to play it and record it anyways. So get off your stupid little high horse before I break its knees. I'm stick to the damn plan. I don't know why the hell I went full on. What's his name? Forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Gus? No. Not that. What the hell was that guy's name? Tahiti. The Tahiti guy. Why can't I remember his name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Look, the point is, I can't find those games anywhere else. Unless they ported to Steam, the only other option really is to just get a ROM. Yep, and that's my only option. I know I am not buying it off of you for $1,000. I don't make nearly enough on YouTube to be able to justify that price. Hell, I don't make anything at all. So get off my back. Woman, you are one giant lump of coal. And, I'll do what I want. Don't test me. I'll do what I want. Nope. And there. I barely remember much about that series, though, but I do remember that a large majority of the stages in that game had like very specific objectives that you needed to do to be able to get to either a hero path, a dark path, or a neutral path. I don't know where the hell my evens are. I think it was pretty much as simple as that. And then when it was at like the edge, it was like all heroes or all dark or something. And I think you had to complete certain objectives when you get far into the game. Like, I don't remember where the hero path was. Or I think the hero path was going downwards, right? And the dark path was going upwards for some reason. That's what I remember of that. And I remember there being this stage that had Knuckles in it. No, not Knuckles playable, but Knuckles as a character who was basically just the one who talks to Shadow and guides him through the stage. Because I do remember that characters could guide Shadow through the stage, and depending on what you do, get you... Yeah, I think they're the ones that are basically the hero route, and Black Doom, I think his name was. Must be a real fan of Doomslayer. But, yeah, that guy was the one for the dark path, and the neutral path usually, I believe, consisted of just get to the end. I ain't gonna do a single thing any of you are telling me to do. I'm just gonna get to the end. I don't quite recall if the grading system was the same. If it's in the Adventures era, then it probably was the same. The grading system was probably the same, where it was basically just time and score. I think we could have at least this one be 1, but the rest is fine as is. What the hell? God damn it, son of a... Wait. What? Oh, wait, huh? Hold on, I'm confused. Where are you? Okay, never mind, I got confused for a second. As for heroes, I don't remember how that went either. The grade scoring-wise. I know you had to play the same damn stage over and over again with different characters. That much I know of. Alright, that's a strip finished. But other than that, that's all I can remember. Right, that is basically just a bridge. No, I have to make a new bridge. Yep, gonna have to make a new bridge. How much time do I have left? Probably not much, right? No, I only got like 2 minutes left. I could probably end it early. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll end it early. We did a decent amount. We got... Starting from here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's still 9. And 3 more with the levels included, but it's still 9. We're still making slow progress, like always. But anyways, that's all the time I have for today's episode, folks. So with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. I'm tired as hell, and I gotta do some cleaning, because apparently I've got realtors coming over for some freaking reason. Regardless, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and most recent episode of Minecraft ROTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.